What up, ladies and germs? What's going on, my friend? Woo, baby! Monday Night Football, NBA. We've got a lot to bet on, a lot to discuss. It's going to be a good day, my friends. A very, very nice week of betting, a great month of betting. Now, it's funny, right? Because I'm about to show you the full month recap. Then we're going to get to some picks. I got 2 NBA picks to start you off with in the same game, so you can make yourself a little parlay, players on both sides. So if you want to use it for PrizePicks, underdog, whatever, you can do that. And then we're going to talk about NFL I have plays. So we're going to make a parlay at the end as well. So stick around. I'm telling you right now, it's a loaded show. These Monday shows can be pretty fun here. Usually quite a bit of value to give you by the end of the live show. So NBA first, we'll dive through. Actually, sorry, flip that. We're going to go NFL first. We're going to start with Monday Night Football. We'll hammer out all the angles to bet on for the game. We'll make a parlay for Monday Night Football. And then we're going to go over to do NBA. Now, chat, as you know, these shows, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Sunday, they are driven by you, what you end up wanting during the show. I don't come on here for me. This isn't a me thing. I don't grow my exposure very much through live shows. It's just the thing. You get a couple subs here and there from live shows. It's not great for growth. So this is a show for you, for my opportunity to give back to the community a little bit and help you all out. During the show, that means you got to ask your questions. Mitch, can you look up this? Mitch, look up Jalen Johnson's PA. What do you think of Anthony Davis points tonight? So on and so forth. I'll do a little live research for you and help put you in a good spot to make a decision, or I'll make one outright for myself and tell you what it is. Like, hey, if I were to be betting on this, I'd be taking the over on Anthony Davis, points and rebounds tonight, blah, 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 blah. Okay, so that's the show if you are new. If you're not new, you know what to do. Like the video right now, and let's get to it. If you're brand new, just definitely hit the subscribe button. So let's do a quick recap of the week, a quick recap of the month. November betting. It was a very fun month for me. I'll tell you that. 57 units profit. Ton. Look at the record change down here. So usually down here, you'll only see my VIP picks record overall, all parlays, things like that. This month, I added positive EV betting using my Odd Shopper partnership, and I'll be doing stuff like that for members as well. I gave away a ton of positive EV plays to members. I'm going to show you some things, though. So if you're like, oh, well, how did VIPs do? Well, I'm going to show you sport by sport really fast, and then the overall month recap. And this is how I do things. Everything's transparent. My picket is public. My picks are recapped in Discord, recapped on Twitter, weekly, monthly. Here we go. So NBA season, 113 and 74. These are my VIP picks. Specifically, every pick I've posted in Discord gets recapped. Here's how we've gone. Again, I told you I've been posting some positive EV plays out of my massive amount that I've played here. They went 34 and 20 for NBA. That's pretty darn good. 113.74 overall. Pretty darn good to have about 40 extra wins than your losses. NFL, very similar. We're at 55. Was that? Let me do a quick math. 45 more wins than our losses here. Overall profit is somewhere around like 33, 34 units. Last time I looked, 10 and 5 this past week. We did dirty yesterday by Baker Mayfield, kneeling the ball down, going from 10 yards rushing to 8 with a couple minutes left in overtime was annoying. So that sucked, but we were 11 and 4 for a hot second. It was a good week of betting, bounced back after a push, and 7 and 6 and a 5 and 10. It was a tough month for NFL. College football was pretty good this month. Struggled at the very end there. My own fault. I messed up with some parlays. 2 totals didn't hit. Alt totals I teased them, and they still didn't hit. It was crazy, but I nailed every single spread pick for the week and got crushed by these stupid totals. So that was annoying. Overall, I thought it was a bumpy month. And if you remember, you're probably like, well, Donuts was bumpy, but Fire's month wasn't. Golly. If y'all tailed Fire this month in Discord, you made some money. My NBA is heating up. I mean, it's starting to happen. You knew it was going to happen. 97 to 67. And I actually looked past that second week. That was 17 and 7 for NBA for a hot minute there. Oh, no, 17 and 17. So the first half of the week, actually, it was like 5 and 14 or something. Like, it was bad. And then I went on like a 12 and 2 run. So I went back and I added it on Pickett. I made a NBA picks premium picks like filter or something like that. I don't know, tag them. And oh my gosh, I'm actually it's like a 65-38 run, something like that in NBA. So don't blink because you'll miss it. When I go on these heaters, sometimes they're like a very quiet heater almost. But I've been winning about 2/3 my picks over the last 100 picks for NBA. So what a freaking run I'm on. And you quietly, probably a lot of you have missed it. If you were struggling and you're like, I'm done tailing donuts, you've missed out because NBA is heating up. All right, so that's the VIP recap. You can grab that link down below if you want it. Let's get the Monday Night Football and let's make some money together. First play I want to talk about, Bo Nix. Yeah, I mean, looking a lot better lately. You know, you got the game logs over here. Let's see. Am I on the right screen on the stream? Yes, I am. Let me zoom in one more time for you mobile users. It's going to get a little clunky for me on my end because it's pretty zoomed in on my friggin' monitor here, but I'll do what I can. So, averaging 260 passing yards per game over the last 5 games. Almost 50 points higher than his season average. You can see first half of the season, very bumpy. I think a lot of it has to do with just the way they've started to change their offense. They are, going out of the way to throw more. They are mixing, they're rotating running backs between Javonte Williams and Jaleel McLaughlin. They are working in Lil Jordan Humphrey and Devon Vale at wide receiver. Last 3 games has had a 60% or higher snap rate, and they're running more 3 wide receiver sets. So I think they are changing their offense a little bit, and for good reason. It's working out a lot more. 284, 223, 215, 307, 273 yards passing in 4 of the last 5 games for Bo Nix. And again, the passing touchdowns, 2, 4, 2, and 3. I mean, the guy has hit the over at 1.5 in 4 of the last 5 games. So Bo Nix today, I don't know what you want to do with it betting wise, but I'm telling you right now, there's a few angles you could go with. First off, his passing touchdown odds for this game. I don't have the odds finder up. I only have their player cards. I thought it would be smoother. But anyways, plus odds. It was plus odds for over 1.5 passing touchdowns. They're at home, Monday Night Football. The Brownies, they have been on and off a sieve on defense. So I think Bo Nix, 200-plus passing yards for a parlay is an interesting play. I think Bo Nix for 2+ passing touchdowns at plus odds is an interesting play. I don't know if I can officially go there, but these are definitely on my short list, and that is what the beginning of this show is going to be for you. It's going to be a short list of plays. I don't know what I'm doing yet, betting-wise, but I do have a parlay for you at the end of the NFL segment before we get to NBA. Moving over to the other sideline there, Jameis Winston. We have 4 starting games, and you need to keep that in mind here. Okay, you heard me, but I want you to think about it because we're going to talk about how this has impacted the wide receivers, Jerry Jeudy in particular, last 4 games. We're going to look at that in a second, and then I don't want you to forget it because it's going to be a critical part of the parlay I'm going to build out at the end of it. I've already been spitballing it in my mind here. So here's your 4 games with Jameis Winston starting. 41, 46, 27 attempts. 219 passing, no tutties, 1 pick. He had 2 touchdowns, 1 touchdown, 3 passing touchdowns in his previous 3 starts. So let's stick on the yards here. If I want to go to 200 for Jameis Winston, I could go, oops. Oh no. Please, internet. Don't do it to me again. Chat, y'all can hear me, right? Before I continue, I don't want to waste my breath again. Yesterday's stream dropping while I had almost 300 people watching on YouTube was an absolute nightmare. It was an absolute nightmare. I could not believe it. Let me refresh. Okay, so it refreshed. My stream must be okay. Oh gosh, I got so nervous. Wow. Okay, so JMO. 4 games starting here, passing touchdown, passing yardage. I don't think I can go there at all. We'll come back to that. Bo Nix, I'm going to leave up. Actually, I'll remove that. I don't care about it as much. Nick Chubb, let's move on. Oh, my gosh, man. Dimitri, I looked over and I was like, okay, YouTube, 270 viewers right now. Beautiful. We're killing it. Twitter had like 800 people coming and going. I was really vibing. We're at like the middle of our stream. We're hitting our stride. There's picks coming off the board left and right. And then the whole dang thing dropped. And by the way, I realized later it wasn't even my internet. It was StreamYard. Because I hopped on Twitter And well, the first thing I did is I quickly launched another StreamYard and recorded offline instead of streaming it. And my mic was fine. And then I went and I looked at Twitter and I saw other people who use StreamYard and their stuff was going in and out. Saw a couple of them drop. So happy enough it wasn't for me. It wasn't just me being impacted by my crappy internet. But anyways, here we go. By the way, before I move on and start giving away some officials here, 80 people watching on YouTube, Buck80 on Twitter. Do me a favor. If you're on Twitter, retweet right now. Retweet the show. If you are on YouTube, I mean, goodness, hopefully by now you know the drill here. You have done me a solid and you've liked the video, not just the little heart button in chat, but you've liked the actual video and you're helping me grow the platform out. And if you're new, you've hit the subscribe button. All these things I'm supposed to say at the beginning of the freaking show. And I don't remember until 10, 15 minutes in. What a bobo. I'll get better. 12 minutes in the show. And I finally said, hey, hit that like button if you're new. Jeez, what a dope. Anyways, Nick Chubb, check this out. So the rush attempts, crazy high last game, 20, right? Only banged out 59 yards. Tough Pittsburgh defense, of course, not easy. But this isn't new. I mean, we're talking 11 for 22, 16 for 52, 15 for 39. Had a nice 11 for 50, but that was buoyed by like a 14-yard rush. Yeah, there it was, 14-yard rush in that game. Otherwise 10 for 36. Pittsburgh just, slogged his way to 19 carries for 52 yards after that 7-yard carry. His longest rush was 7 yards. I'm telling you right now, if you watch Nick Chubb, he's like an old school grinder right now. Nick Chubb used to have that like hard nose running, downhill running. And then when he got a full head of steam, like good luck, right? Like a very, very much like a Derrick Henry type appeal. Like he can bust off these chunk yards. He ain't doing it. He ain't doing it this year. Of course, right? I mean, what, a year removed from 3 things tearing in his knee. He's grinding. He's grinding. And I'm sorry. Here's another part of it. So yes, he hit the over at 56.5 here for the rushing yards, but here's an interesting issue. Receptions, right? Here's his 4 games with JMO. No catches, 1 catch. No catches, 1 catch. Target-wise, 2, 1, 0, and 1. Barely being targeted. All right. Jerome Ford comes on the field in clear passing down situations, which is another issue. So Chubb's not even really on the field for third downs anymore. If it's not like 3rd and 2, 3rd and 3, he's just not on the field. He doesn't get thrown to, and the rushing yards are hard to come by. And now you're adding in the receiving yards, which just aren't happening. 4 games with Jameis, 0, actually lost 4 yards, 0 and 1. So why is his receiving and rushing a full 7 yards higher than his rushing yards prop? I don't get it, but I'm telling you right now, if I had any official pick for tonight out of all the plays, this is the closest thing to an official play right now, is grabbing the 63.5 combined rushing and receiving yards. Let me go to NFL and let me see what the actual live odds are for you. This would be the play for me. So rushing, not passing and rushing. What did I say? Rushing and receiving. That's right. Right now, this is the play for me. And the best odds at the highest line, 63.5, minus 110, BetMGM and DK. Like, this is about as good as it gets for tonight, in my opinion. It's Nick Chubb, combined rushing and receiving, under 63.5 total yards. That is my short list for official plays. I got 2 more plays that are very, very close. All right. Now, next up, Courtland Sutton. This line is kind of interesting to me. Cleveland has allowed 5 of the last 6 quarterbacks to hit the over for their passing yards prop. That means Bo Nix potentially in a good spot. We've seen him hit the over in 4 out of his last 5 games outright. Because of that, in this offensive change, Courtland Sutton, 11, 10, 9, 8, and 10 targets, racking up 8, 7, 6, 7, and 8 receptions and 70-plus receiving yards in all 5 games. His receptions prop today, for whatever reason, his market, let me go to it. Where's that? All right, we're going to go to his receptions. It does not make sense to me. We're going to look up Sutton. It's at 4.5. No, it's not anymore. All right. Well, I guess ESPN Bet still has 4.5 juice to the over. Earlier, before the show started, 15, 20 minutes ago, this line was 4.5 juice to the over. Now we're seeing the plus odds. I think that the 4.5, the 5.5 at plus odds, $1.20 on BetMGM is an interesting play. I think his yardage is an interesting play. Again, here's his 5.5 receptions. I'm shocked that 5.5 isn't like minus 115 this morning. The fact that we're getting a plus 120 on BetMGM seems kind of like a steal, to be honest. I mean, if you put this at 6.5, a lot of game log watchers are tuning into the show this morning. They're like, lock it. Lock it. Look at all that green. And now you're telling me you're giving me plus odds at 5.5? I mean, Bo Nix has a healthy pass attempt prop tonight. His yardage is healthy. So why is Sutton not at like minus 120 for this? I mean, look at Hard Rock. Oh, my goodness. Who has Hard Rock out there? Y'all lucky. Look at this. Let me zoom in. You're getting plus 150 on Hard Rock. To the over? Are you kidding me? I don't get it. I don't get it. I mean, this is, again, short list. These are my short list of plays. All right. The 70 plus or over 62.5 receiving yards is absolutely on my short list. The over 5.5 receptions at plus 120, absolutely on my short list. And that's another thing. If you're telling me that we have a higher implied probability that finishes with 5 receptions based on the 4.5 minus 170 to the over, 5.5, you got the juice to the under right now. Looking at 5 receptions. Cortland Sutton with 5 catches. Is he going to average more than 12 yards per catch? Because that's essentially what 62.5 yards is. And if there's a chance that he finishes with 6 or 7 or 8 receptions, what are we talking now? You know, what type of yardage are we talking now? I'm sorry. Like the 62.5 receiving yards just seems too low. I mean, it's even lower than I thought. I mean, ESPN Bet has a 59.5. FanDuel, 63.5. BetMGM, 61.5. Flip, 61.5. Matter of fact, you could probably, I mean, just look at this real quick. Alt 60 plus. Let's just do a live. I mean, what are we doing here? Where is it? Cortland Sutton, alt receiving, 60 plus, minus 130. Give me another yard and a half on BetMGM for better odds. But, you know, again, I mean, can you receptions? No, it gets worse. They tax you. I mean, you could take 5 plus, 60 plus, minus 115, or, and here's why I tell you, when we're talking about these narrow margins, don't rely. I'm going to see people saying this, okay? They're going to be like, oh, what a good play. You know, oh, trends are great, Mitchell. I love the trends. Look at these greens. Meanwhile, you need 2 more receiving yards. You don't have to worry about receptions. You got minus 115. All right. So short list. I like it. I like the receptions. I like the yardage. I don't know what I'm going to do yet. I'm telling you right now, short list. Troy Franklin. I don't have props up for him yet. Oh, there he is. Troy Franklin. Let's just look at his player card here then. Only have touchdown props for him so far today. So we're kind of guessing on things. Snaps have not increased any bit. Been steady. I don't even need to talk about him. Valet, yeah, I mean, we already talked about him. He's definitely getting 60% snap rate. 61, 68, and 68% snap rate last 3 games. I think, if anything, Valet has already helped out Cortland Sutton the last several games. I don't think he's hurt him at all. Last but not least, let's talk Jerry Jeudy. Now, remember, I talked about in the beginning of the show, first off, Broncos defense, 5th least passing yards. Kind of hard for me to want Jameis Winston props. That's also going to impact their wide receivers. That being said, we have 4-game sample size, and in those 4 games, 8, 11, 11, and 6 targets for Jerry Jeudy with Jameis Winston under center. All right. His receiving prop today at 4.5, I believe, was even odds on both sides. Let me take a quick peek. Jeudy. Judy facing off against his former team is interesting against Denver, but man, this is a tough defense to throw against. Okay, so fair odds on both sides essentially. Minus 113 to the over, minus 119 to the under, and his receiving yards prop 50. If you like the over, lowest line on Hard Rock 57.5, minus 115. If you like the under 59.5 on DK and ESPN Bet, minus 110 to the under. So, Judy, what? 4+ receptions, receiving yards has been killing it. For me, I'm going to be real. For me, I like probably the idea of like alting a line for Judy tonight. I don't know if I can take him outright for anything. All right. So hopefully this all kind of comes together here. Let's make a quick little parlay together, though, because I think there's some angles we can and should bet on for this game, truly. And I'll make it here, but I'm going to tell you right now, members, I have one dialed up for you. If you are one of my members, after the show is over, I am going to alert Discord. I have a 5-leg plus 528 parlay for tonight. That's got a spread included, a total included, and 3 player props. A couple alts, a couple OGs. It's not too shabby. I like it, man. I got a good parlay, though. It's a good one. I truly think so. I'm super, super biased, of course. I think all my plays are good. Give me a second. This segment is brought to you by vitamins. Vitamins. Thinking Browns focus on field goals. How does a team focus on field goals? I could see people truly, though. I'm with you. I'm just messing with you a little bit. But yeah, I mean, field goals on primetime games are usually in play for me as well. But they're just not fun to talk about. So we're just making something else. All right. So we'll come back to Courtland Sutton because I think there's multiple layers and ways that we can go about doing business there. Let's go to the rushing receiving, and let's start off with Nick Chubb under 63.5. Again, I already talked about it. Give me the friggin' under. He has no burst. None. No burst, no wiggle. Unless he has like a gaping hole to run through where he's just untouched and he has a chance to bust 20, 25 yarder. Okay. An IPA? Bro, it's 10 a.m. Drinking vitamins. That's funny. What up, Kobe? So we'll come back. We'll come back to Sutton. Now let's do it now. Screw it. Just understand that we can alt that a little bit. Let's go Judy, 40 plus. We can alt this if we want. We can go yardage. We can go receptions. I forgot on FanDuel I can go receptions. 5+ minus 184 might be the angle here. Because I was going to do 50 plus yards minus 205, but give me the 5+ receptions. He's just being peppered with targets. Yeah, minus 188. Was that any better? No, it's the same. Sometimes you can get the better odds down there doing the alts. All right. Let's slide over. Let's take a peek at the spread. Yeah, I'm thinking something like, 10.5. And then teasing the crap out of this. Something like that. I don't mind it. But truly, I'm telling you right now, like, there are ways to make this go further for yourself. That's a really good parlay. Actually, really like this parlay. What do we think, chat? First off, a couple questions for you. Number one, what do we think of the lay? And number two, are y'all ready to move over to NBA next? UD Streaks, fire. I was already talking about you this morning, fam. You've been popping off for members, dude. Your heater is like 2 weeks long, 2-3 weeks. It's crazy. Lay is solid. Anything anybody wants to remove? I'm thinking receptions, keep it at 50 plus. I mean, that's a 646. This is actually better than the parlay I was going to give away to VIPs later. So maybe we just go with this. And I cooked this up because, I was in the middle of a live show. Fire is on a generational run. It is crazy. What's up, Jay Brats? Send it. Yeah, I think this might be the one. We're teasing the crap out of this total. I'm tired of getting ripped by these things. I just can't see these teams popping off tonight. Oh, I thought it was a 10-point tease. Yeah, whatever. We'll leave it. I mean, you can go 41.5. 10.5 for the Brownies. You know, maybe that's the weak point. They're on the road. Maybe go, maybe there. Where do we go? 14.5. I mean, I don't think that's bad either. I'm not like sold. You know, do what you want here, but 14.5, you cover yourself, a couple tutties here. It's an 8-point tease. Yeah, whatever. Yeah, I mean, I like this. I kind of like this. I kind of like this more with Cleveland at 14.5. I mean, Bo started off the season, Andrew, with a ton of attempts and carries and yards. The last several games is at like 3, 2, and 1 carries. He's just not running as much. But yeah, I mean, so regression to the mean, maybe? I don't know. I mean, if I add in, here's what I don't like to do, though. Because you could do this all day. And I see people ruin all their parlays this way. Is they're like, okay, well, if I like Sutton for 50, he's going to get 5 catches, right? And then he goes out there and gets 4 catches for 51 yards and someone's shooting themselves in the foot and crying at, 11 p.m. Oh, man, I added a stupid 5th reception. I got greedy, so I try not to do all that. I'm going to leave it right there. There it is. There you go, fam. That's fine. That's fine. This is a fine lay. Can we move to NBA? Are we good? Because I got NBA plays. There's money to be made for NBA. I don't think we need to wait too much longer, right? What else is there to talk about? It's not like there's a million plays for tonight's game. Chet, remember, you direct the show from here on out. I gave you the info I had for tonight. You got questions about today's game, you got to fire them off. Otherwise, we move on to NBA, and we'll make some NBA bets. Very casual show. This is not the Monday or the Sunday morning, try to be polished. No. This is, hey, how can I help you? What do I feel about David Njoku? Nothing. I feel nothing. Nothing at all. He's played well. He's played well. But he's super volatile. Maybe a guy like that for a tutty. Just get the red zone. No one's betting on him. Anytime plus 260. By the way, Sutton plus 150 is an interesting play. Like, these are probably my touchdown bets for the night. It's like a plus 260, plus 150. Bo Nix had 5 rushing touchdowns earlier this season. Maybe this, maybe these are my touchdown guys. Oh, 100% boost. Hold up. Let me log into ESPN. I might make one with you. Let's do it. Ooh, maybe we do that before we move to NBA. What about that? If I have a boost, I'm doing it live. Give me this. Give me this boost. All right. Monday night. Oh, come on, bro. Mine's at 20%. That's trash. How you get that? Oh, wait. They gave us 2. I know, I got a deposit. I don't want to read the bylaws. Is this for everybody or only new users? Well, let me look. Let me see what I can make you real quick. I'm here for the people. Okay. Any deposit. So if I go drop $10, let me read these little things here. We'll make one live. Minimum, is there a minimum deposit? Reality check. Get that out of there. I'll have to do this off screen. I don't want to do it on screen. I want to read. Any deposit. MF10. Let me try. You got me. Oh, MF100. Let's try. Just to make sure I don't show any personal things, you get in my face. Because we got some pop-ups happening here. Some payment pop-ups. I'm making it live. I told you, this show is not a polished. My Monday shows are very much degenerate shows. We're here to make money, and we don't care about anything else. There's more polished shows out there on Mondays, but this one's making you money. All right. NFL. Let's try it out. Throw it up on screen. Your boy's going to make yourself. I already looked at the weather. 38 degrees. There's no wind, no precipitation. It's supposed to be fine tonight. It's supposed to be a good night of football. Just a normal, mile-high, cool night. All right, just real quick, let me see. Do I have the reward? There it is. Oh! Let's go. 100% boost. Stop playing. Let's go. Thank you, dude. All right, so they're not letting me tease it the way I want to tease it. I want to get the 14.5. We'll leave it there and see what we can do. DGen Mondays, baby. That's right. You want a polished show? Watch my Sunday morning shows. Watch my Sunday morning shows. This one, we are here to make money and bets. Man, they really clamped down on your alt lines. They really clamped down on the alt lines. Where's the Chubb play? I mean, could we just listen? Oh, what the heck? Oh, what is happening here? Closed? What is happening here, bro? All right, you know what I'm going to do? Forget this. I'm going to stop live because I don't know what's going on with ESPN. I am going to build that, and I am going to post it for Discord. How about that? I'll make one specifically right there on ESPN Bet, 100% profit boost, and I'll post that in Discord. That'll be what I post in Discord. Here you go. This is for you. This is for you guys. Here's my touchdown picks for the night if I'm going to have to choose any. Bo Nix, David Njoku, Cortland Sutton. I think Bo Nix specifically is low-key a really sneaky play. I mean, five rushing touchdowns through the first 5 or 6 weeks? Hasn't had one in 3 or 4 weeks, but you know how NFL works. If it hasn't happened in a while and it was happening for a while, it's going to the pendulum swings back when no one expects it. And a plus 280 is a really interesting play for Bo Nix. I wanted to shout that out one more time to the 500 people watching before I move to NBA. And if you're enjoying the Degenerate Monday morning show, run up the likes on YouTube for me right now. I want those high. Get them up. Get them up. We're at 54. And on Twitter, only a few retweets. Let's go. DGens unite. I need you. I need your help. About to slide that ESPN bet screen off to the corner, and I'm definitely making one for tonight. Don't you sweat it. There it is. There it is. I mean, Bo Nix is unscripted touchdowns. I mean, these are, what up, problems? Let's have a week, fam. Bo Nix is unscripted. I mean, he had like multiple scrambles. They're not tush pushing him in. Like the kid just runs. He just runs. I didn't understand that this boost, by the way. Player to catch a pass wager? Like, what does this even mean? And I opted in, and now I can't read it. So if anybody knows this one, what is it? Tell chat. I want to make it, but I don't know how to make it. What is this? Player to catch a pass wager? Like, what are we doing here? Gigi. Oh, man. I don't think he knows. Someone tell him to fast forward his show. I asked about that like 15 minutes ago. Oh, live drive. Thank you, fam. That's stupid. I'll use that tonight, though, because I'm a degenerate. Let's move on. NBA. Player ads. NBA. I am so zoomed in. What is this? 200%? Oh, my gosh. I can't see anything. We'll do 175. All right. Woo. I got some plays, though. Deontay Murray, baby. He's back. Back in Atlanta. Or, excuse me, back against New Orleans. No, vice versa. Back in Atlanta with the Pels. Oh. What do we think here? Because I love this. I would have taken the PRA or maybe the PA. Problem is, he's not shooting well since he's started his tenure with the Pelicans. 4 for 15, 5 for 17, 6 for 17, 5 for 17. Like, when his shot starts falling, this man's going to be probably 20-ish, 22 points per game. But he ain't that right now. So I went RA. He's going to try his butt off tonight. Are you kidding me? And they're also super shorthanded. I think they're 9.5-point road dogs tonight against Atlanta. But I like this play. I like the RA for Deontay Murray. Here's the problem, though. I have 2 plays in this game. If you're concerned about, 35-point blowout, Pelicans scored, 28? 29 points at halftime last game? Like, against the Knicks? I mean, it was a disgusting game. Pelicans. Yeah, it was a disgusting game. 28 points. Oh, my gosh. Like, what a pathetic showing. They are horrendous. They got so many injuries, but here it is. Look at this. 10 and 18 points through the first 2 quarters. I got a feeling, though. Tonight, Pels play hard. They keep it close. So give me Deontay Murray. His rebounds and assist potential has still been pretty high. And despite the fact that he can't shoot the freaking orange right now, he's still hitting the over for the RA. Where is it? RA. He's still hitting the over for the RA. It's looked fine. So I took it. I think the minutes, he played 30 minutes in a garbage game where they only scored 28 points at half, got blown out by a Billy, and he still racked up 13 RA. I'm taking it. I like it a lot. Here's the other official for tonight, and I'm fine giving these away right now because I'm going to go make a lot more for members. And heck, there's 15 premium channels in Discord. There's a lot of value in there, regardless of if I only end up with several plays. Jalen Johnson. I don't get this line. Why do they keep giving it to us? This is an absolute steal. I don't understand at all. Can someone help me here? Like, what am I missing with Jalen Johnson? Why are his lines? And I just want to refresh because I want to see, because I had that up from before the show. I want to see if he's got any updated lines here. His assists, minus 118 to the over. Even his RA, 13.5 is a fine option. Like, if you missed out, look, okay, 23.5, still there on Fliff. 23.5, Fliff. Wow. What odds did I get for members this morning? A minus 125. Ooh, look at the line. Look at my line is moving. It's 24.5 now, other than Fliff. But at 23, points, here's assists. Here's his PA. at 23.5, even 24.5, though. Like, it's not terrible. You lose one win. But, like, look at his RA, 13.5. Also pretty good. Truly. I took PA because the guy he's just a walking bucket right now. And he has these games where he pops out 9 assists, 7 assists, 7 assists. What? I mean, a points prop at 19.5. He's continuously cashing the over. An assist prop at 4.5. And he's smacking the over with upside for days. I do not get this line. He has hit the over in 14 of the last 17 games. Literally, take the first 3 games of the season, just toss them out. Okay? 14 of the last 17. And it's not even particularly close. Like, fam, last 15 games, he's averaging 27. Last 10 games, 27. Last 5 games, 29. I don't get it. I think it's a lock and load. I think it's a lock and load play. Y'all do what you want with those picks, but I'm telling you right now, I like them both, regardless of being in the same game. I did. I'm a big fan of them. Those are good plays. Those are good plays. Yeah, we are so. What are we? Like post how? Oh, it's our first day back after what 5 days off for a lot of people. Meanwhile, I'm sitting here. I'm like, I've had like 2 days off in 4 years, Monday through Sunday. I don't even think about things like that. Like, y'all been off for 5 days. It's tough being back at work. We are quiet today. The chat, I'm like 30 comments. I average close to 200 chat messages per show. We're at like 25. Literally 10% of what we usually have by now. It is crazy. I was just looking at the metrics on the back end. We are so quiet. You have asked me nothing. Nothing. I got nothing to highlight for you. And if I got nothing to answer, show ends soon. I'm telling you now, okay? Jimmy Butler under RA is interesting. He just doesn't seem to play with heart outside the in-season tournament. And on top of that, they are on the road and I think like 12.5-point dogs against 12.5-point dogs against Boston, right? So yeah, I mean that's another angle. Small slates suck. I mean, how many games do we have tonight? I didn't even realize. Is it a small slate? One, two, three, four. Okay, so maybe that's part of it. We only have 4 games to bet on for NBA. We got a one kind of garbage game for NFL. Oh, you might be right. I honestly didn't even realize it was that few. Let's check his RA out. I'm curious to see who sits for Boston tonight. Second leg of a back-to-back, and they keep sitting everybody. They're just rotating sitters. So here's the in-season, right? Tuesdays and Fridays. Calendar here. Let me see if you're right here. That's an interesting take. So Tuesday the 12th, November 12th, did not play. November 15th, did not play. November 18, played, had 15. November 22nd, did not. 26th, did not. 29th, had 8. I don't get that take. I don't get that take. He missed a chunk of the in-season play-in games. Fading LeBron tonight, says Rip Coil. Let's take a look at the Lakers stuff. They're probably an angle we should look at. Freaking LeBron James, man. Just dishing. Had him at 11.5 to the under yesterday for assists. The dude popped off. He had like 6 in the first rotation. I knew it was cooked. It's crazy. And his prop moved from 11.5 to 9.5. It was probably the best closing line value I've had all year. Like, I took the under 11.5 and it closed at 9.5. And I was like, W. Absolute W. And then he racks up 6 assists in his first rotation. I don't know what you're talking about. Sounds like you get everything there, huh? You win both, whatever the state championship is, and you get a free month? What do I get out of this? What? That's not a proposition. You got to Google that term. That's a gimme. That's funny. That's funny. Second leg of a back-to-back. Second leg of a back-to-back. Tough matchup against the Wolves. M-I-N. Spell M-I-N. There we go. I mean, Brown, you know, he's not a guy who you really is matchup dependent these days, huh? Just so freaking good. I can't believe he's so old and so good. Yeah, what, Jaden Daniels too, right? Lockdown? He's a lockdown forward. Doesn't matter. What are you betting on? What's the under for LeBron? PRA? You taking a PRA for the under? How many minutes did he play last night? 36. He went 0 for, oh my. 0 for 2, 0 for 4, 0 for 9. He's 0 for his last 15 from downtown? What? And his threes prop is juiced to the over. I mean, I get regression, but man, I also understand a cold shooter on the second leg of a back-to-back with tired legs. That's an interesting angle. Under 1.5 threes plus 120. Put it on your short list. That's an interesting play. I'm not saying it's a great one, but we are limited today, aren't we? 4 games, garbage NFL. That's an interesting play. Interesting play. I didn't say a good one. I didn't say a great one. It's an interesting one. I'm interested a little bit in Anthony Davis. Anthony Davis, you know, people don't like to target Gobert, but Davis, fairly certain off the top of my head, has like dominated this matchup. 25.5 points tonight. That's his line. Let me look at against Minnesota. No, maybe I was wrong. Maybe it's Gobert. Flip side. Did I do the reverse? It's Gobert has wrecked him in this matchup, right? I should go on StatMuse after this. Oh, that's LeBron James. There's AD. Yes, there it is. 31, 33, 27, 36. Got hurt in this game. Points. And I went right to the points for AD. Oh, yeah, he has owned Gobert. 25. You know, he played what? How many minutes did he play last night? 39. Wow. You know, that's another layer to this onion that we have to peel. 39 minutes, second leg of a back-to-back on the road for both games. That matters. They're having to travel from Utah to Minnesota. Utah was a 10 p.m. game. This is a tough spot. I am a little nervous. Yes, he has, as we were just looking at it, he has dominated him over the years. But 39 minutes, second leg of a back-to-back on the road for both. 10 p.m. game for Utah, in Utah, traveling to Minnesota, and they play tonight at 8 p.m. So, I mean, what time that game end? Probably a little after 12. I mean, that's a short, quick turnaround for a second leg road travels. I'm going to tell you right now, what's the Wolves spread? That might just be the outright play. Like, I don't even know if I want to look at anything else for this game. I think this game is such a bad game to bet on because of those things I was just talking about. Not Minnesota and Dallas. Who's playing tonight? Oh, man, this has all the games for tomorrow and everything. Minnesota's heavily juiced. Money line, 8.5 points, 8-point spread. I think Lakers could struggle on defense. Wolves team total over. 8-point spread. You know, take the Wolves -8, maybe. I don't know. What do y'all think? This is a really tough spot. This is a really tough. I think people are going to downplay this. They're not going to think through it all the way. I think you're going to see a lot of game log watchers sit there and say, hey, look at this, man. He's just dominated. He is absolutely wrecked Rudy Gobert, blah, 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 right? But I think you got to be. I think you got to think about it a little bit. Just take a second, okay? Gobert ROA has been over in all his previous 7 matchups with LA when the line opened at 21.5. Huh? Yeah, Rip. So Rip smells what I'm cooking up here, or potentially vice versa here. I'm on the same wavelength of where Rip was before I got there. Yeah, a guy like Anthony Edwards, I think, might feast against the tired legs. Who's stopping Edwards? Only himself, right? Okay, I don't think I'm telling you right now, I don't think I can take any props for the Lakers tonight. I just can't, not knowing what I know now. And my leans would be on probably Anthony Edwards, points, threes, and Wolves spread. I mean, the threes, the alt threes at 3+ for Anthony Edwards has been hilarious. I mean, look at this. He's hit the over in 17 of 18. Ooh. What's his prop tonight? Oh, that's Gobert. I don't want Gobert's. I want Anthony Edwards. Juice to the over. Best line you can get is on FanDuel, 3.5, -130. Nothing special. I'm not taking a -130 for a threes. For what it's worth, he's hit the over in 15 of 18. You like that? Little Kirk Cousins, you like that? Take that right there. How about that? Over in 15 of 18, FanDuel -130. Who wants it? Raise your hand in chat. If this is a play for you, raise your hand. I don't know if I can do it. I don't like taking plays like this. But man, Trent support it. He has hit 5. He went 5 for 13 earlier this year against Minnesota. Can't look at last year's data, though, for him. He's just shooting differently this year. That's an interesting play. I'm not going to say it's bad. What's Fliff have it at? Why don't I have that pulled? Sometimes I don't make plays like this because I know my Discord won't get them. Like a lot of my Discord who's using Fliff only. I tell you what, on Fliff, the spread is 7.5 for Minnesota. Juice to -165. Try to see if I can make a parlay here real quick for y'all. It's kind of hard to do. This is tough. There's nothing. I don't know what to do here. I'm not going to act like I got an angle for this. I just don't. I don't know what to do. I just don't like the spot. I don't like the spot. I think the threes is in play. It has to be. It has to be. That's actually pretty freaking good. Just looking at the data. I was looking at LA. Just need a second here. Trying to see if I end up on an official play here. I want to know who's playing for, like, is Reeves playing tonight? Reeves, Russell, D'Lo, and Reddish. Reeves, Russell, Reddish. All three of them were out last night. Are they all coming back? If they're not, connect. Threes. Points. Maybe. Could be a good spot. I smell what you're cooking. I think I might have to take this, actually. Just the more I think about it, Reeves out and Russell, they're both out. Yeah, give me connect. I smell it. I smell what you're cooking. I like it. That ain't terrible. This is where it gets bad. I think this game could be awful, but I'm almost about to take it just because I want more to bet on tonight. That's bad. Seeing my true degenerate side come out. All right, I feel a little bit better because the odds are moving on Anthony Edwards. They're just like, who wants this? Yes, I understand it's been cashing like crazy, but that like a minus 135 for a threes market? I just don't know if that's for me. I just don't know if that's for me. That's not the market I want to take juice on, you know? RA for Gobert, huh? Why would we add assists? That's my question. We all like the game logs? What's the assist for? I just need to know that. Rudy Gobert versus Anthony. Rudy Gobert game logs versus Anthony Davis. Yeah, I mean, that's what I'm talking about. Like, why are we even flirting with assists? Why do we include these? Rudy Gobert assists? Like, just look at rebounds 14, 16, 13, 13, 11, 14, 11. What's his prop tonight? What's his rebounds been like? What if you go alt 10 rebounds and then alt 3 threes? I don't know. I don't know. Hey, good morning. What's up, Angela? You're rolling with Anthony Davis, 26.5. Ant-Man PR. So we're all kind of on Anthony tonight. Just don't know what to do with it yet. But I don't get it. I'm sorry, my friends. This RA love. Why are we? What's the big deal with the RA? What is it? I don't understand. Like leaning on Anthony Davis for RA. I don't get it. I feel like I'm missing something. I don't know. He's averaging 3 potential assists per game. You need him. Here's what I don't get. All right. Can I help y'all out a little bit? I feel like y'all getting. Did it? Okay. I'm going to say this as nicely as I can. Did a Twitter capper post something about Rudy Gobert RA? Is that where this love's coming from? A lot of Twitter cappers are game log watchers without any advanced analytics views. And most of them have no clue about anything odds based. I'm trying to be nice here, but is that what's happening? Because what I just looked at is we have 3 potential assists per game from Anthony Davis. Now let's break this down mathematically real quick, okay? His rebounds prop tonight is at 11.5. 11.5. So keep that number. Matter of fact, let me show you. His rebounds prop is at 11.5. We'll go full screen. I'm probably going to take this. By the way, I'll come back to that. So his rebounds prop is at 11.5. Let's do this. All right. Assist prop 3.5. Juiced. So 2.5 must be juiced on some other books. Let's say he gets 11 boards and the prop is at 13.5. His RA, what is it? It's probably 14.5 actually. Oh my God, what do you guys do? Oh, it's AD. Hold up. Wrong player. Gobert. I don't have an RA for Gobert. This defeats the purpose. What do we need? DraftKings? Where are you getting this? Now y'all got me confused. What is this Rudy Gobert love and why? I'm trying to help y'all make some money here. I don't want to be betting on Rudy Gobert assists here. Lakers. Is it here? All right, so Rudy Gobert, 11.5, minus 125. Much better odds than FanDuel. Look at his assists real quick. He even has it. No, so you got to alt assists. Well, okay. We'll look at these. We'll keep these up so you can see them. And then we're going to go look at the RA. Is the RA 13.5 or 14.5? Then I'm going to have it up. So Fliff has his RA at 13.5. Okay, so let's do this math-wise. You ready? Fam, this is what I want to talk about. That's what I needed. Someone tell me where the heck people are looking at this garbage and why. I still don't know the why. But Rudy Gobert, let's say he ends with 11 rebounds, all right? You are needing 3 assists from Rudy Gobert, a plus 180 to happen. Okay? So if you think that that is a potential outcome, just bet on Rudy Gobert for 3+ assists for plus 180. That's your bet. Not a minus 130 rebounds and assists. That's dumb. It's dumb. Because here's why. Why not? And if you're, well, he might end up with 12 more rebounds. Well, then bet the 12 rebounds for a minus 125. Because right now you're taking an RA for a minus 130. I don't get it. This is the stuff that separates the game log watching Twitter capper from somebody who bets for a living. If you think Gobert might end up with 3 and save the rebounds and assists, well, then you should be betting on the 180. You should be betting on the 180. I'm telling you right now, the RA is not the move. If you're like, well, he might end up with 11, and I think he's going 3 assists or more tonight because he's done it in back-to-back games. That's his game logs. Well, then bet on the 3+ assists at plus 180 for 0.3 units or some garbage. But then don't be betting on an RA at a minus 130 where you need him to either get 3 assists and Gobert at 11, or if Gobert finishes with 12 rebounds and he get, oh, look at this, you're getting worked up. someone's listening to me. That is, I mean, I tell you. That's because if he finishes with 12 boards and only gets 2 assists, yes, does he hit his RA over? Yeah, he does. He does. But you could have just bet on the rebounds alone. Not needed 2 things to come to fruition. Because watch what will happen tonight. He's going to go out there, get 12 boards and 1 assist. And y'all going to get shot in the foot by your own self for a minus 130. You're taking a minus 1. You are asking Rudy Gobert to go out there and dish 2 to 3 assists tonight? Yeah, I'm not betting on Rudy at all. I'm just trying to help people out a little bit. I don't think the RA is the move. Not at minus 130. Listen, I'm not saying the RA is a terrible play, and I think that's what it needs to be highlighted as well. The RA might be a fine overall play, 13.5 RA. But when you add the odds consideration in there, that is when I start to have issues. You should not be paying a minus 130 for Rudy Gobert rebounds and assists, my friends. That is not what you should be doing. Not a minus 130. Not a minus 130. Give me a minus 115, a minus 110. Okay, sure, it's in play a little bit. I get it. I get it then. But when you're telling me you're going to get better odds for just his rebounds, then we got some issues. And let me see if there's even an RA out there that's worth taking. I don't even know where else this is. So like minus 125 again, why not just take the rebounds? And can I get good odds for the rebounds? I can get the same odds. Yeah, I mean, there's no reason why I would take the RA whatsoever. Nothing. You got a 1.5. Nah, this is bizarre. Do what you want with it. Do what you want with it. I mean, he could go out there and get 3, 4 assists, 5 assists. That's fine too, right? Like that might be the actual results, but that's being very results oriented. I'm talking about your process. You do that 99 times out of but maybe out of 100 times, the rebounds will cash 70% of the time, and you'll get hurt the other 30% by the assists for Rudy Gobert. You're just going to. 3 potential assists per game, 2 assist average. All right. And that's an uptick from last year where he averaged 1.3 assists per game. I don't know why we're relying on that. I just don't get it. Meanwhile, averaged 13 boards last year. Less this year with Julius Randle alongside him, but he's playing more minutes now and the rebounds are starting to come. Anyways, do what you want. Do what you want. I don't care. It's your money. By the way, if you want to know, he's hit the over in 8 of the last 10 games against Anthony Davis at the rebounds. And meanwhile, he's had 0 assists in 5 games against AD. 0 assists. So, yeah. And earlier this year against Anthony Davis, 14 rebounds, 2 assists. What I just told y'all is going to happen tonight. He's going to finish with 2 probably, 2 or 1, and your RA will get busted. Anyways, I don't know why I'm talking about this so long. Who cares? Who cares? This is what happens when I'm in hour number 2. I just get grumpy. I just get grumpy. Like that was unnecessary. But here we are. I'm on Stat Muse. I'm throwing shade at Twitter people. Who let me talk into hour 2? You're supposed to tell me. Donuts. You're on hour number 2. Sign off before you get grumpy. You need to eat. You get hangry. That's what's happening here. I need a 3rd cup of coffee. I need to eat a little something. I need to go work out. Otherwise, I'm just going to be sitting here pent up, angry at 22-year-olds with a Twitter account. There's no reason. There's no need for that. I don't need to do that. They're doing fine work out there. They're great. Next topic. Green ping pong. Let's get it. You joke, but man, 4 or 5 years ago, whenever the pandemic, 4 years ago, 4.5 years ago, during the pandemic, I mean, I was betting on Korean baseball. KBO, baby. Need another coffee. Hey, that's not a bad idea. I like this outright. I think at a minus 130, I'm okay with it. I do. I don't like taking juice for. Oh, let's go Bear. I don't like taking juice for this market. I just don't. It's usually something I'll never do. But man, it is hard to ignore the Anthony Edwards. It is hard to ignore the 3-point efficiency and volume from Anthony Edwards right now. Like, this is kind of crazy, right? It's hard to ignore. Like, I probably go a half unit tonight on this. Oops, it doesn't have his name in there. Do a little screenshot. That's not terrible. Let's bet on it. Why not? Here we are. We got problems. We got problems. Here we are. Is what it is. We're betting on it. 4+ threes. Saved. All right, cool. All right, my friends. Yeah, that's filthy. You're lucky. You're lucky. I mean, Anthony Edwards, 3+ with Minnesota money line. You know, like what's that look like? Is that any good? Let's take a peek. Gosh, I'm so hungry. And that's garbage. Forget it. I'm over this. But now I'm adding a million layers to this just to get this crap. I'm done with it. I'm done. I'm done. Your boy's done. I'm done streaming. 2 hours. GG's. Appreciate y'all, though. I do. I really do. It's fun. I told you this is not a polished. Monday mornings are not polished streams. They are degenerate streams. We are here to bet on sports and make some money. The entertainment factor, all that stuff. You get that in other shows. You get that for other shows. That's what the other streams are for. I love y'all. Appreciate you. Grab that link down below. There's 2 links for you, actually. Discounts and links. Get them all. I try to make everything as affordable as possible. I mean, we're talking $15, $10, whatever it is. There's a bunch of other crap y'all pay for out there. You're making 15 PrizePicks slips per day at $5 a pop. What? You just sitting here like, oh, bitch, I can't. $15 VIP, 15 channels, 10 sports, 8 cappers. Like that little organic marketing. All right. Anyways, I'm out. I got to drink coffee. Need some food. I'm really hangry. Let's get paid.